would be on live with his ops, and they would claim that Vert recently shot himself on a drill by accident.
Huh? Talk to them. You mad because you shot yourself on a drill? Alright, okay.
Oh, hell no. Boy, you cheddar bobbed yourself? How you gonna cheddar bob yourself on a drill, bro? That's why y'all need to stop getting high and going on these drills, sniffing pills, popping pills. How the hell you think you gonna be loose as a goose and be tight on your target? Huh?
Starting with Vert snorting a Percocet with females and posting a video of a woman dancing on his head. Not to mention Rico Reckless, who was a longtime friend of the Bloodhounds, would clap back at Vert after he was trolling in the comments saying, "You let your..."
Gang, you out here shooting yourself on drills, snorting perks with white girls. Gang, y'all need some help.
Die on a drill, stop.
What's going on, man? We back with another video. Y'all already know what it is. You already know what to do, man. We back with another crazy ass reaction, bro. Today we gonna be talking about this junkie rapper who shot himself going on a drill, bro. Y'all gotta stop popping them pills, then go on the slide, bro. You ain't in your right frame of mind. No cap. Straight shot himself on a drill, cheddar bombed his ass. Man, we finna check it out. So y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let's hop right into the video.
Rell Vert's rise to fame has been one full of death and betrayal. Turning his back on his former gang to losing his closest friends due to gun violence, Rell Vert has overcome a dark past as he navigates his rap career through the grimy streets of
Damn, so he left one gang.
Iraq, while being associated with Chicago's notorious Bloodhounds.
What in the world?
The Rell Vert story is one full of substance abuse and betrayal, as his former gang is gunning for Vert as we speak.
You mad because you shot yourself on a drill? You was a goofy.
Where you get that watch from, Vert?
Might be out the kid.
Man, y'all niggas crazy, man.
We really wanted that nigga man to roll past Fat Rob so many times. No points, no bucket. That lame. Get it up the hell, stupid. Once the real find out who you really is, King, they not gonna like you, King.
And you wanna sit up there and diss your motherfucking cousin for some clout?
One of the bullets pierced this door. We found a shell casing on the sidewalk. The same sidewalk where 4 men were shot.
Damn, this shit like a movie, ain't it? Steven Spielberg film. The Rell Vert documentary.
Vert was born and raised between 67th and 79th. He went to Henry O. Tanner Elementary while growing up off 67th. Being the youngest of 8 children, Vert grew up playing basketball, and since his mom would have a job at Foot Locker, he was always seen in the latest Jordans. Later,
oh damn, that boy was fresh as hell, head to toe.
G. Hirsch High School, where he would be kicked out for fighting, and transfer to Harlan High School, where he would be kicked out again for fighting.
Damn!
He described himself as somewhat of a bully since he had a lot of friends, and if he had beef, so did his 20 friends. It was around this time that Vert's father had been sentenced to 5 years in prison, and this would clearly get to Vert and display through his behavior. Thankfully, Vert would end up with a girl to settle down with in about 2017, who he would end up staying with for quite a while, and she would help him navigate through these confusing times. It is notable to also mention that it was...
Sometimes you need a shorty when you going through some dark times, bro. No cap. Like, a lot of times you gotta get through that shit by yourself, bro. But if you got a good girl on your side, but that shit'll make that shit a hell of a lot better. No cap.
Around this time that Vert would really start to hang out with J Boogie and the infamous Lil Jeff, the Bloodhound brothers. Vert claims that he had been smoking weed since he was 13, and it wasn't until about 18 years old that he would start getting into Xanax and Percocet, which would have a major impact on Vert moving forward. Similar to Lil Jeff, after high school, Vert would start to be rejected by colleges for playing basketball, and that would really start to kill his confidence.
Sheesh.
Vert would at that point fully shift his focus to making music, and the rest
his ass tweaking in the stew. What the hell? My bad, y'all. Y'all just skip ahead a little bit.
Now, Vert's controversy would start around this time with his old hood, Trap City, as he's seen here with them in this photo. Trap City Rob and other members would make claims that ever since Vert started hanging with Lil Jeff and the Bloodhounds, that he would start to switch up. This all would come full circle, as we all know Lil Jeff was killed outside of Trap City Rob's grandma's house, and he would even be picked up and arrested at that same location later on, but I digress. Vert would then drop what seems to be his first video titled Piss Me Off, shot by AMF Visuals, which at the end he would even say, shout out them bloods. The following month in December 2021, Vert would drop another visual for Gang Shit, featuring the famous Bloodhound JB Bin Laden, which was Vert's first huge song. JB Bin Laden is one of the longest known members of Bloodhounds and had already been rapping with some of the big names at the time. Not only did this help boost Vert's career, but it would also solidify Vert as a publicly known Bloodhound, in which his friends from Trap City would start to notice a change in Vert. Soon, to start off 2022, he would sit down for an interview with Truth Teller TV, where Vert would bring Trap City Tarot on camera, and would also let the world know where he's from.
I'm from 67 Trap City in Saturday Night Drill City. My name Rell Vert, man.
This interview would be a pivotal moment, considering Tarot.
That ain't gonna lie, that shit crazy, bro. Like, the fact, that's how that shit be going, though, bro. A lot of y'all niggas, bro, y'all grow up and hang out with niggas, bro, and then meet some new niggas and start beefing with your old niggas, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that shit not cool, gang. You switching up with who you been with coming up. Like, what the hell? I can never do that shit, I ain't gonna lie.
Tarot was starting to catch wind of everybody's feelings back in Trap City about Vert switching up. However, the motion that Vert was receiving after dropping a couple of songs was undeniable, and Vert knew that he had to keep going hard at this point. Thankfully, AMF Visuals would approach Vert with an offer to shoot his videos for free, as long as he could just keep dropping them on his channel. He would even go as far to offer to manage Vert's career. This kind of opportunity is extremely rare to come by.
Oh, bro.
After this moment, history was made.
Gang, you was getting free music videos just so he could post it on the channel. Shit, but I'd be dropping a video every damn day.
And Vert would go on to drop about 8 visuals in 2022, amounting in over 1 million views, including tracks like Poof and I Love My Draco.
That's not enough, bro. I would have dropped at least 30 videos.
That Vert was receiving, he wanted to give back to the friends that he grew up with in Trap City. So on Vert's 21st birthday, he decided to bring AMF to the block and do a vlog to shine some light on where he came from. In 2023, Vert would seemingly slow down on music a bit, dropping 4 visuals, which included Op K featuring Lil Jeff and Stretched, which sits at about 2.5 million views to date, which is clearly Vert's first song to not only hit 1 million, but over 2 million.
Damn!
However, as much success Vert had seen, it seems when he's not putting out music, he's in the streets running drills. We would hear about it when Vert would be on live with his ops, and they would claim that Vert recently shot himself on a drill by accident.
Huh?
Talk to them. You mad because you shot yourself on the drill? Alright, okay.
Oh, hell no. Boy, you cheddar bobbed yourself? How you gonna cheddar bob yourself on the drill, bro? That's why y'all need to stop getting high and going on these drills, sniffing pills, popping pills. How the hell you think you gonna be loose as a goose and be tight on your target? Huh?
Put that on Maya, you ain't gonna say that on the drill. You gonna say that, okay, but guess what? Fuck y'all, get y'all dumb ass. You a goofy.
I'm not sure how valid this claim is, but
Yeah, gang, that shit not gangster.
This would continue to become the narrative moving forward. Not to mention, around 2023, Vert would seemingly lose his mother, and in his words, my music was weak when I lost my mom, so I let Jeff take over. But 2024, Vert would hit the ground running, dropping projects back to back, including FTO, which is at over 1 million views. He was ready to prove to everyone that he was here to stay as a drill rapper. But unfortunately for Vert, 2024 was about to be the most life-changing year yet. In June 2024, Lil Jeff would be gunned down right outside Trap City Rob's grandmother's house. R.I.P. Lil Jeff.
That boy Jeff got did bad.
A vlog from his recent 23rd birthday back in May, in which we would see the bond that Vert and Lil Jeff really shared together. Then, only a month later, in July 2024, the Bloodhounds would lose another member, Lil Scoop, after he was backdoored by a female. R.I.P.
Damn!
Vert was now dealing with the loss of his 2 friends after just celebrating his 23rd birthday together. He would be seen on the couch of DJU TV for a full in-depth interview, considering the last time he was seen on this same couch was with Lil Jeff back in May. We would really get to know Vert through this interview, where he talks about his drug addiction, making a girl snort a perk, and also seen flexing a watch, which he claims he stole from the ops.
You mix they drugs anyway, so that shit get you higher if you got you mix it. The motherfucker mix a Zan with a perk, you know? That shit get you higher, so shit. Yeah.
Zan with a
I was
perk.
actually a video posted of yourself doing it. You and the white girls.
I made the white girl Tony. I made her as Tony. I said, yeah, boy, go ahead.
Since y'all be having on y'all wrists, you got one on right now. Where you get that? Where you get that watch
That
from?
boy high as hell.
I'm about to tell you I had the kid. I'm about to tell you I had the kid. Nah, just
Oh, nah, he not
I got
playing.
nice friends. They love me, man.
They love his butt and shit.
What was that saying? Let us wait shit. Hey, you see this? I'm real shit back, man. Real shit back.
But y'all gotta stop doing them drugs. But that boy, that is not no czar. That is not no czar. That shit not, I don't know what the hell he on.
Just call the phone, you know. That's all. But yeah.
It's around.
It's around.
Man, y'all niggas crazy, man.
Jeff and Scoom's murder would take the internet by storm, and soon everyone knew who the Bloodhounds were, and Vert was ready to capitalize on this opportunity. Because in 2024, Vert would drop a total of 18 visuals racking up over 12 million views.
Damn! And that's what the ASX should have been doing. What the hell?
The story we cover, as soon as an artist gets a ton of recognition, someone from their past feels like they got left behind. In this case, it would be none other than Trap City Taro, the person who would be seen sitting right next to Vert in his very first interview. Taro would go on DJU to let the world know that he thinks Vert is, quote, fake, and he switched up.
He was playing in that middle shit for too long, lying to us like he went with my, this your best friend and shit. He lying to us. And we are real homies. You don't even know dude. You met dude in 2021. So you've been knowing him for 3 years.
Nah,
and I've been
yeah.
knowing him for 10 years. That's why we fought.
And that's the shit I was talking about earlier, bro. You gonna go out with some dudes that you just met over the homies that you been locked in with. But I ain't gonna lie, but sometimes time you could know them up for 20 years and meet somebody and you know them for a year. And they be realer than the motherfucker you know him for that long. So it's like, I don't know.
He ain't no real nigga. And the niggas that he's around, they'll see that shit in a couple more months. Let him get around them people. He ain't thorough. He ain't genuine. He fake. For real.
It wouldn't take long for Vert to respond, and they would engage in this back and forth where Taro claims that when the Bloodhounds find out who Vert really is, that they won't fuck with them anymore.
Man, hey, look, listen, folks. Y'all know what's to Lil Jeff. Y'all know about my show. Y'all know what he do. He was punishing y'all. We really wanted that nigga, man, to roll past that Rob so many times. No points, no bucket. That lame. Could never hang with us. You know that these niggas straight fans of us from my dead Uncle Greg, boy. Y'all know that. But you niggas is acting just like them the other side, gang. 67, 83. You brick it, lame niggas, man. Y'all ain't having nothing. Get it up there.
Damn! He did pull out some dog shit.
I ain't gonna say shit. I ain't gonna say nothing close to keep between me and him. So I ain't gonna say nothing. Just all I know, look, your homies know you a fucking goofy, and they know your ain't right. Once the world find out who you really is, King, they not gonna like you, King.
Well, Vert would say, stop trolling before we do that shit again, but worse. Referring to the get back that the Bloodhounds got on Trap City Vell. Trap City Vell was murdered as revenge for Lil Jeff. And on top of that, at Vell's funeral, the Bloodhounds would slide again, taking the life of Vell's innocent sister. After this, Vert would be seen on No Jumper, where he would open up about losing Jeff and Scoom.
Shit, where was you at when you heard the news about Jeff passing, man?
I was in Korea. Yeah, I just had talked to Blood too. That shit crazy. I was supposed to be in the Korea with Blood, but I was doing all other shit. That shit crazy, fool.
Vert would also be seen shortly after with one of Lil Jeff's exes and T-Slick getting matching tattoos in memory of Lil Jeff. And apparently Vert is directly related to the late FBG Duck and the notorious Mama Duck would call out Vert for not showing respect after going to his funeral.
You know that's my little cousin, right?
Vert, yeah.
His mama last name Weekly, that's my first cousin. I didn't talk to Terrell, his name Terrell. Y'all call him Vert, but his name Terrell. And I'm telling my little cousin, I can take this shit from these other people, Vert, but Terrell, I can't take it from you, baby. You want to get it in the middle of this shit, and you want to sit up there and diss your motherfucking cousin for some clout.
Vert would respond by
Auntie not playing.
I didn't go to dude's funeral. I don't give two fucks about no Duck. 63rd, none of that. Vert would also troll the ops after they allegedly came to take out Vert and got met with a headshot while hanging out the window of a vehicle. I guess to top all this off, Vert's hairstylist would let the world know that she refuses to do house calls after visiting Vert and saying, quote, I'm not gonna do none of that weird cluck vibe ass shit. And Vert would respond with, you broke and want some clout. By 2024, Vert would shift his focus back in a positive direction.
Damn, shorty ass
He was involved
tweaking.
in a vlog with Brandon Buckingham, where they were shot at leaving a studio.
Shooting happened right outside of studios. As a matter of fact, I want you to come take a look at this. One of the bullets pierced this door, and that's not the only one. We found a shell casing on the sidewalk, the same sidewalk where 4 men were shot.
Notably, Vert would
Damn.
then be brought out to a tribute Red show, seen backstage at Juice WRLD Day, and put out a video with Netspend titled What It Was, which is at almost 1 million views now. However, to wrap up 2024, Vert would drop a diss track titled Sweet, where he would diss the ops from Trap Trap City. Then he would post the crime scene where his ops were gunned down with the caption saying, "And they want to diss me?" Vert was clearly still on a dark path and things were about to get worse. Coming into 2025, Vert has dropped 4 tracks at the time of this recording. A couple being Used to Be Dusty, featuring Baby Chief, and Chasin', which has hit over 1 million views. But other than that, Vert has been faced with a ton of controversy. Starting with Vert snorting a Percocet with females and posting a video of a woman dancing on his head. Not to mention Rico Reckless, who is a longtime friend of the Bloodhounds, would clap back at Vert after he was trolling in the comments saying, "You let your..."
Gang, you out here shooting yourself on drills, snorting perks with white girls. Gang, yeah, need some help.
"Homie die on a drill, stop playing with me, shorty," referring to Lil Jeff. Vert would then respond by saying he would fly out to Texas to slap Rico's son.
Oh!
His son and never be in Chicago, but you know, my fucking gonna come out there.
Damn, he beefing with his son
What
too?
you want? My fucking gonna come out there to Houston.
Damn!
You was scared to fight the nigga roof. My man, you think you gonna try to play with us?
It is clear that Vert is dealing with some deep-rooted trauma, after he would then post that he was in a dark place and felt alone. And not too long after this, we would see Vert on IG Live dancing when he got Percocet, then nodding off. Now this should be extremely alarming to anyone who knows Vert, and after seeing his drug use get perpetually worse after losing Jeff and Scoom, I really hope that Vert can pull himself out of this dark place.
Man, that's about the end of the video, bruh. I hope Shorty get better, bruh. Cause snorting pills and all that shit, bruh, that shit only gonna lead to harder drugs. No cap, bruh. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I might have took a perk or 2 or 3 or 4 in my lifetime. Them shit's cool, but that shit not it, bruh. That shit is not it at all. I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit not it, bro. Like, tell y'all every day, bro. Straight out the streets, bro. It ain't nothing but death in jail, bro. Like, y'all see the money, this, that, and the third. He literally telling y'all he in a dark place. Like, he don't even want to do the shit that's making him money. Like, that shit crazy as hell. Man, I'll see the video. Peace of y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, roll to 1,000 subscribers. Send me to my second reaction channel, JBsiah 2, link in the description. Tell me to my clothing brand, JungleBredClothing, link in the description. Man, y'all stay away, get you some money. All love, JBsiah, out.